right, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Longhorns ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Wilson to pass. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. Guys, when you think about Arkansas, the only important expectations are the ones inside the program. But when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all off season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with a big one.
Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Let's talk for a second about Arkansas. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Got a man. It's Middleton. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Sets up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Now the play fake. He'll try to do it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
The Razorbacks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Buying some time. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Look out, he's got room. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Lining up to convert 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Griffin. Got it in the middle, it's Randall. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Opens up at the 23-yard line. To the ground with the back. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, you got to love that if you're on defense because you were able to affect the quarterback with pressure, and you only rushed 3 guys. Well done.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. Back to throw, it's Griffin. Gonna let it fly. He caught it. Touchdown, Texas! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
see the go-route, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough. They get run by, he makes the catch, and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top, because this guy's speed is a problem.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Sends it downfield. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
That's a great play by the defensive back, swatting away that football on that deep pass.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Intercepted. The defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
That's how you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incompletion.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Back to throw, it's Griffin. That pass falls incomplete, and it wraps up an entertaining first. Both offenses doing damage. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. So now to start the second quarter, they'll line up and try a field goal. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And with that, they've taken the lead. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Going right to work up top. Fakes the grab on the left. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Hands it off. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. And you really can't be called the Hogs if you're not willing to grind it out in the dirt.
Yeah, and I love calling the offensive linemen the hog mollies. In Arkansas, in that beautiful state, you're going to find a bunch of big, strong individuals, and the identity of that team is usually built on those guys up front.
Wilson will throw. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap. Try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Wants to fire on second down. Finds a man in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Looking to throw, it's Griffin. He's got it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He uncorks one deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the right. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Randall. Turning it on. Touchdown, Longhorn. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, all the talk this week. Let's find out how things are playing out in this top 5 duel. Georgia is on top, but this is a close game. And, you know, back in the day, you'd feed Herschel Walker and go home. That guy needs to emerge for them today. They're up by 7 over Penn State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this contested top 5 matchup. Back to you guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. Rush is on him. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Might be looking to run. Hit as he throws. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Back to pass, it's Griffin. That one comes out hot down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The Longhorns will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, looking for a man. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Texas! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wilson to pass. Here's a heat. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Going to throw it over the top of the D. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways.
Trying to get behind the defense. He can't haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Razorbacks will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Makes a move. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is... And the ball's free in the backfield. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football out.
Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Middleton. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
Here he goes breaking the pocket. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped in the backfield.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Wilson will throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And the Razorbacks will hustle to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Gilliam. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only 1st down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Arkansas! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground, but you can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Here's the thing. Not a great run, but the offense has scored a ton of points. They haven't necessarily needed to have a strong running game in this one. Their quarterback right now is just playing lights out, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd get back to throwing the ball.
The play-action fake. He unleashes a long one. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, they're not able to hook up there, but considering this guy already has 2 touchdown catches in this game, now the offensive coordinator is dialing up more passes his way, and you know the quarterback, he's got like a sonar on him. He's always aware of where he is, and I like the idea. I'm going to keep throwing this guy the football and see if he can get another touchdown.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on this last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. He breaks a tackle.
Defensively, with all the space now in spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
To the air, it's Griffin. Grab near the marker, it's Winston. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, 1st down.
Here's the handoff. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Gonna run it. It's Clark. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Quarterback will keep it. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The Razorbacks headed quickly to the line. Wilson to pass. Hauls it in.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll try the run. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Oh, he's got a chance. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run.
And this offense does it again on 3rd down. They have been so elite on 3rd down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Wilson will throw. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. From the gun on third down. Looking for an open area to his left. Brings it in down the left side. And he's got it! Touchdown, Razorbacks!
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to...
Oh, they block it. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finished it off, needing just a few inches and going up top to get it. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45.
Military stun! Military stun!
Dropping back, it's Griffin. He'll take the deep shot. Got it! Touchdown, Longhorn! He got loose and it was lights out after that. Texas fighting them through the air and on the ground, reminiscent of Colt McCoy's big day against A&M in 2009.
Yeah, just doing whatever they want. And this is a good spot to be. Listen, Texas gets a highly recruited kid at quarterback every single year. Can this be the guy that takes them to the next level? Today is a good day.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. Oregon has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Gilliam. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which color jerseys they're wearing? Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39. Great place to start for this offense. From the gun, running back gets to give.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
From the gun, give on the inside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Caught near the sticks. It's Winston. Touchdown, Texas! And the route is
another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes.
The returner is tackled down at the 37 and Arkansas offense takes over first and 10.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Wilson to pass. Snagged out of the air. And the Razorbacks come to the line in the hurry-up. Second down, he'll throw it. It's complete.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got...
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And they're just about out of chances. The defense can't stop it one more time as the quarterback takes a lead. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after.